Good morning, and welcome to the What Inspired Me Today podcast, a podcast created to inspire you to be the very best that you can be. My name is Stephen Matthew, and this is what inspired me today. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. It is an honor and a privilege to be speaking with you today. In this week's podcast, I wanted to take a thought about something I was pondering as we were picking raspberries this week. As it is summer, raspberries are coming into season, and we have the good fortune of having family members that have raspberry bushes on their land. And so we went out this week to start picking them as they became ripe. Now, over the last few weeks, we have been waiting to see whether or not the raspberries were ready to be picked. And that got me to thinking about something that is really important for our own lives. The quote that I wanted to use today is from Ecclesiastes chapter 3. It is very famous, and it's something that we should all keep in mind in our limited time frame of this life. And it says this: "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace." Every single thing in this world has a time and a season. When we went to pick these raspberries, the first time we went, it was not the correct time. As such, they were green, they were small, they were inedible. However, given enough time, given enough sunlight, given enough humidity and nutrients, given enough heat, these berries started to ripen and get full of flavor and mature. In our own lives, it takes time for things to reach its maturity and have its fullness come to fruition. When we try to take things before its time, we will never experience its fullness, its sweetness, or the bounty that it can fulfill. We will always get it before it is ready. And because it is not ready, it will not fulfill its ultimate task. In fact, with raspberries specifically, when you pick them, they stop maturing. They do not get to its full maturity and its full sweetness and its full breadth of flavor. As a result, if you pick them early, they will never mature and they will never get to where you want it. In the same way, when we take things before it is meant for us, before it is time, before it has reached its full maturity, we will never experience the blessing that it can be because we were too eager to get it in the first place. I am someone who really loves to hunt and shop and to wait for a good deal. But it's not just for the deal that I'm waiting on. I'm waiting to see whether or not things will be the right time, the right place, the right feeling, and whether or not it is ready, whether or not I am ready for it. That is why when I pray, I don't pray for blessings that I don't deserve. I simply ask and say, please give me what I'm ready for. I do not want something that I am not ready for, because if I get something I'm not ready for, either it will leave me burnt out, either it will leave me with a lot of ego and a lot of arrogance and I fall, or it will leave me to crash and burn. So rather than doing that, I want to be able to get to the next level and the next stage of my life as I am prepared to handle it. God will never take you through a temptation or through a battle or something that you cannot handle. And sometimes it will feel like it is impossible, but you are in situations that you are uniquely prepared for. Sometimes it might not feel like it, but you can handle things more than you ever imagined. But all of us are different. We all are given different measures of faith. We are all given different abilities and amounts that we can handle. Some of us can handle more, some of us can handle less. None of us are able to handle the exact same load that the other is. And so that is why when we ask for blessings, not to ask for more than we can handle, but simply to gain the strength to handle more. In the same way, when I am looking for blessings in my life, I don't want more than I need. That is why Jesus says, give today my daily bread. Just what I need for now. I don't need something for tomorrow and the day after and the day after that. I don't need the worries that come with it. Jesus says like this, don't be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will have its own worries. In the same way, we don't need to stress ourselves out by worrying about distant futures and things we cannot even control. Rather, thinking about today matters the most. But when we are prepared to wait, we will get the full mature blessing that comes with patience, that comes with endurance, that comes with being able to wait. And as we wait, we will gain the full fruit that comes with that perseverance, that comes with that waiting, that comes with being patient. So when we are able to take the time to wait, we can allow that one raspberry plant to produce many berries, hundreds of berries, and that can do that year after year, season after season, because it is tended to, because it is given nutrition, because it is allowed to go through the entire process. Now, if we wait too long, then those berries will become overripe, it will become inedible, it will become moldy and squished, and it will fall off. So there is a time to pick it in its exact moment, and when you do, you will get the best possible fruit that you can. When it is time for you to pick the fruit, just like with the raspberries, you have to be gentle about picking it. Do not rush in to try and pick things that are not for you. Be gentle about when you pick the fruit, because if you are not gentle, the prize, the fruit, the abundance might get squished in the hands. It might actually get ruined. But when you are gentle with what you have been given as a gift, then you are trusted and entrusted with more. That is why the servant that did something with their talents were given double. They were gentle with what they were given. They produced something out of it, and they were given more as a result of them stewarding what they have. With that said, with what you have today, what can you do to steward it well? So just like with the fresh picked raspberries, take the time to pick them out gently, take the time to wait for them to ripen, and pick them at its appointed time. When you do, you will be blessed, and you can share that blessing with others. With that said, have a great week.